Pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the national news broadcast. We are coming to you live from the Rupavahini news studios. I'm Lanka.
Good evening, I'm Charita Minipurarachi, and now let's move on to the headlines for tonight's news.
Fuel quota system removed. Bus fares increased by 4%. Minimum fare remains unchanged. Indian Defence Minister starts a 2-day official visit in Sri Lanka tomorrow. A 3-day debate for the no-confidence motion against the Health Minister. Rainy weather heightens. Landslide precautions for 3 districts. Russia is to hold an election in the acquired zones in Ukraine.
On to those and other stories in detail now, and starting off with the top local story. Minister Kanchana Vijayasekara says that all filling stations in the island are permitted to distribute fuel without the QR code system.
The minister made these remarks at a press briefing held in Colombo today regarding the revision of fuel prices. Mr. Kanchana Vijayasekara said that QR code system was effective for about a period of 1 year. Country has been able to create a financial management through this system. Considering the current stocks of fuel, current demand and several other factors, the government has decided to remove the QR code system. The President has also been informed over this matter, and all filling stations are permitted to distribute fuel without using the QR code system. Sipetco, Lanka IOC and Sinopec are able to sell fuel without the QR code system. A litre of octane 92 petrol has increased by 13 rupees. The new price is 361 rupees. A litre of octane 95 petrol has been increased by 42 rupees to a price of 417 rupees. Revised price of Lanka is 341 rupees. A litre of Lanka super diesel has increased by 1 rupee. A litre of Lanka kerosene oil increased by 5 rupees and the new price is 231 rupees. Meanwhile, Sinopec of China has decided to sell all varieties of fuel except kerosene oil less than 3 rupees of the Sinopec at about 80 to 85 US dollars last May and June. However, the price has now increased up to 110 US dollars a barrel, up to a percentage of 25%. 2 or 3 fuel shipments are imported each month. Prices are decided according to the existing prices. The current price formula has been prepared under the recommendations of the International Monetary Fund.
The Ceylon Electricity Board has taken steps to close the identified leaks of the salmonella reservoir. Minister Kanchana Vijayasekara says that this is the most suitable period for repairs as the water level has decreased following the drought. The salmonella project was initiated in 1986 and the reservoir was filled with water in 1992. However, the reservoir cannot be filled up to the brim due to a huge leak of water in the southern bank of the reservoir. It has been identified that the leak has occurred owing to decayed strata of lime. It has been observed that the water leak is effective from several areas of the southern bank. Minister Kanchana Vijayasekara said that the maximum decrease of the water level in the salmonella reservoir reported in 2002. A sum of 5 billion rupees was spent for repairing the leaks at the period. However, the board cannot find a permanent solution to stop the leak so far. The engineers of the reservoir says that this is the most suitable period to carry out repairs as the water level has decreased considerably at present. CEB officials and experts from the Pedestrian University has observed about 7 leaking points in the reservoir. Usually 50 million cubic meters of water is needed for cultivations in the Valava region. This amount of water can be written. Due to the leakage, about 20 million cubic meters of water is wasted at present. The Electricity Board has taken steps to close these leaks at present.
The National Transport Commission has decided to increase bus fares by 4% with effect from midnight tomorrow. However, the minimum fare will remain unchanged. A discussion was held at the National Transport Commission with the representatives of private bus owners associations. It was held under the cabinet approval to implement a new policy of bus fares. Bus owners have requested to increase the fares by 4%. However, in response to the request made by the National Transport Commission, all agreed to keep the minimum fare of 30 rupees as it is. The Minister of Transport and Highways has also approved this recommendation of the Commission. The bus fare revision is conducted according to the price formula prepared considering the increase of price of diesel since last midnight. President of the All Ceylon Bus Owners Association, Gamunu Vijayratna, said that according to the 4% increase, the minimum fare has increased up to 31 rupees. Fare cannot be charged practically, therefore the minimum fare will remain unchanged.
The Met Department says that the prevailing rainy weather condition in the southwestern part of the island is expected to further increase. Meanwhile, the National Building and Research Organization has issued pre-landslide warnings for 3 districts. These landslide warnings are applicable to Kaluthura, Kegol and Ratnapura districts due to the prevailing rainy weather condition. Matukama, Bulat Sinhala and Ingiri divisional secretariat areas in the Kaluthura district, Dharaniyagala, Bulat Kohopiti, Yatiyantota, Dehiyovita and Ruanwela divisions in the Kegol district, and Haliyagoda and Kudavita divisional secretariat areas in the Ratnapura district are under landslide warnings. The Met Department says heavy rains up to 100 millimeters can experience in the western, Sabaragamuwa, southern, central and northwestern provinces from time to time. Showers and thunder showers may occur in the eastern and Uva provinces and in the Polonnaruwa, Vavuniya and Mullaitivu districts in the evening or at night. The thunder showers are accompanied with localized heavy winds and lightning. The general public are requested to take necessary measures to minimize such dangers. The sun was directed overhead in Panthu Island in the Puttalam district, Anuradhapura, Katukaliava and Ilukava areas in 12:11 noon today. Udawalawa, our correspondents also reported that Batiklo district has received heavy rains yesterday, ending the lasting drought condition. Vavuniya district also received heavy rains after several months. About 400 big and small irrigation tanks in the district run dry during the past period. Water levels of several major reservoirs will also at very lower level. Udawalawa reservoir and surrounding areas and many areas in the Valawa region have received rains, ending the prevailing drought for the past period. Our correspondents report that torrential rains experienced in Ambilapitiya, Kolonna, Urubokka, Deniyai and Paskoda areas today.
Now, Indian Defence Minister Ranjit Singh will arrive in the island tomorrow for a 2-day official visit. The Indian government says the aim of this visit is to strengthen the bilateral security relations. In an announcement issued by the Indian government, it is mentioned that Indian Defence Minister Ranjit Singh will stay in the island tomorrow and Sunday. During this period, he will meet President Ranil Wickremesinghe and Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena for talks. The Indian Defence Minister is also scheduled to visit Nuwara Eliya and Trincomalee areas.
The Government of India has increased the financial allocation for various grant projects being implemented in Sri Lanka due to the rapid changes in the economic landscape. The Indian High Commission in Sri Lanka said that in a statement that the financial allocation has been increased by up to 50% in case of 9 ongoing projects. The projects which are being executed under the India-Sri Lanka High Impact Community Development Project known as HICDP framework were subjected to the increase of financial allocation. The overall financial commitment for these 9 projects currently stands at close to 3 billion Sri Lankan rupees after the increase. These projects cut across sectors ranging from education and health to agriculture, among others, the High Commission said. The Government of India has compiled more than 60 grant projects under the HICDP framework covering all the 25 districts of Sri Lanka. In addition, 20 other projects are under different stages of implementation. The HICDP framework was signed between the two countries in 2005 and subsequently renewed thrice for a period of 5 years each.
Took from Bangladesh in a currency swap agreement 2 years ago. Bangladesh Bank said today Sri Lanka repaid $50 million as a first installment on August 17th. With the latest installment, the island nation paid back a total of $150 million according to MD Mesbah Haq, the central bank's spokesman. The repayment comes more than a year and a half after the original agreed date. Sri Lanka and Bangladesh entered in the currency swap agreement in August 2021. When the currency swap deal was agreed, Sri Lanka was supposed to repay the amount within 3 months. Bangladesh lent the money to Sri Lanka in 3 installments in 2021. The first tranche of $50 million was sent on August 19th. The second installment of $100 million 11 days later, and another $50 million in September. The first loan given by Bangladesh to any country. Now, a no-confidence motion brought against Health Minister Kehelia Rambukwala is to be debated on the 6th, 7th and 8th of this month. This decision was taken today when the Parliamentary Business Committee convened. The Samaj Janabalavega has brought this no-confidence motion against Health Minister Kehelia Rambukwala. Accordingly, the Parliamentary Business Committee took this decision today. The relevant vote will be taken at 5:30 p.m. on the 8th of this month. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena requests the policy planners, private sector and civil society to prepare future plans according to the international indexes that support Sri Lanka to get rid of vulnerability and poverty.
The Prime Minister requests them to study the Multidimensional Vulnerability Index and Multidimensional Poverty Index prepared by the United Nations Development Programme. Country representative of the UNDP Zusa Kubota, Director of the Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative Dr. Zabina Alkire met the Prime Minister at the Temple Trees yesterday. The UNDP, MVI and MPI reports compiled by Professor of Sociology Sri Hettuge were also handed over to the Prime Minister at this meeting. UNDP country representative Zusa Kubota said that this report has been prepared covering 25,000 households with regard to nutrition, education, housing loans and disaster risk factors following a national level survey. Professor Sri Hettuge pointed out that this database on Sri Lanka's poverty and vulnerability will be useful to prepare the development policy and direct Sri Lanka to a more suitable development avenue. A decision has been taken to organize an exhibit motorcycle tour from Lumbini, Nepal to Colombo. A preliminary discussion in this connection was held at the Temple Trees today under the patronage of the Prime Minister. Members of the 3 armed forces of Sri Lanka, India and Nepal and youth will take part in this tour. The motorcycle tour will begin on the 15th of January next year. Minister Roshan Ranasinghe and several other parliamentarians and some officials were present at this discussion. The Japanese government has decided to further strengthen the bilateral cooperation between Japan and Sri Lanka and among the citizens of both countries. A group of Japanese parliamentary representatives met Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena today at the Temple Trees to have talks in this connection. The Prime Minister said that Japan has constantly extended support for the enhancement of infrastructure facilities, power and energy, railway, health, education and youth skills development sectors. Special Parliamentary Committee member in Japan, Nekashisha Yukushike, said that Japan will further supply grants for the rapid development in Sri Lanka.
Now, Sri Lanka and Thailand have agreed to conclude free trade agreement talks was held in Bangkok, Thailand from August 21st to 23rd. Negotiations were co-chaired by Trade in Negotiations Department Director General and Chief Negotiator of Thailand, Aramon Zupa Withmun. The Chief Negotiator of Sri Lanka, K.J. Veerasinghe. The delegations from both countries discussed a wide range of issues including trade in goods, trade in services, rules of origin, technical barriers to trade, trade remedies, investment and legal and institutional issues. At the end of the negotiations, both countries agreed to conclude the SLTFTA negotiations by the end of 2023 with the aim of signing the agreement on February 3rd, 2024, which coincides with Sri Lanka's Independence Day. Sri Lanka's chief negotiator Veerasinghe expressed his appreciation to Thailand for hosting the 6th round of SLTFTA negotiations. He also expressed his gratitude in agreeing to conclude the SLTFTA negotiations by the end of 2023 with the aim of signing on February 3rd, 2024. Ambassador of Sri Lanka and permanent representative to UNESCO, C.A. Chaminda Kolonne expressed sincere appreciation to the Trade Negotiations Department of Thailand for the excellent arrangement made for the 6th round of the SLT-FTA negotiations. The special pedestrian crossing colour signal system was opened today for the first time for the convenience of visually impaired people in the northern and eastern provinces. This special signal system was opened at Nochiumune in Batiklo. A sum of 11 million rupees has been spent for this purpose. There are many universities and institutions meant for visually impaired and persons with special needs in the Batiklo town. There are many schools and hostels in the either side of the main road in the city. There are many instances of such persons meeting with accidents when they cross the road. Colour light system was set up immediately considering this situation. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that individuals with special needs in the developed country enjoy special benefits and privileges. Although Sri Lanka annually celebrate the White Cane Day, vehicle owners do not focus due attention towards visually impaired persons. As the Transport Minister, he has ordered the chairman of the Sri Lanka's Transport Board to issue a circular ordering the SLTB buses to stop at the site of a white cane.
The National Gem and Jewellery Authority says that re-export of gems and diamonds has increased by 29% this year compared to the last year. At a press briefing held today, the chairman of the authority, Viraj De Silva, says that the country has earned a sum of $331 million through re-export of gems and diamonds during the past 8 months. Chairman of the National Gem and Jewellery Authority, Viraj De Silva, said that this is a rapid export growth compared to other export sectors. The authority will be able to export gems, jewellery and diamonds amounting to $1 billion within an year. Therefore, the authority requests all relevant exporters in this field to re-export them through all Gem and Jewellery Authority. There are 2 export centres and only a tax of 0.25% is charged. If the mineral resources of the country are fully utilised, many economic problems of the country can be solved.
Now, the Excise Department has decided to take stern legal actions against the persons who are proven guilty of labelling liquor bottles with fake security stickers, disregarding their social status.
Commissioner General of Excise Department Saman Jai Singh says that in case of using fake stickers, permits of the liquor. A discussion between the Excise Department officials and representatives of liquor manufacturing companies was held recently. Special attention on the frauds of labelling with fake stickers was focused at this discussion. The Excise Department states that the state income drastically decreased due to such frauds. The department has informed the liquor manufacturing companies to set up surveillance camera system before the 30th of this month. Meanwhile, State Minister of Finance Ranjit Sibalapati says that over 100,000 liquor bottles with fake stickers have been seized by the raids conducted during the last week. State Minister of Finance Ranjit Sibalapati said that there was a successful in the raids conducted to find out fake stickers. The President, as the Minister of Finance, has instructed the State Minister to take legal actions at the maximum level against the culprits. Upon the introduction of stickers, the income of the Excise Department rapidly increased by about 21%. The State Minister added that through this system, frauds of using fake stickers will be diminished to increase the excise income of the government. And meanwhile, the Jaffna edition of Industry 2023 commenced today under the patronage of Ministers Ramesh Patirana and Douglas Devananda. The Northern Provincial Industrial Exhibition will be held at the Jaffna Cultural Centre until the 3rd of this month. There are about 300 trade stalls representing 20 industrial sectors. The aim of the exhibition is to empower export-oriented economy. This has been jointly organized by the Ministry of Industries and the Lanka Industrial Development Board. Many innovative industries and indigenous and typical industrials of the Northern Province are included in the exhibition. Another aim of this exhibition is to provide opportunities for new entrepreneurs to start ventures. The exhibition is open for the public from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Now, the Central Cultural Fund says that the number of foreign tourists arrived at the Sigiriya Rock to view sunrise is increasing these days. The Sigiriya Project Office of the Central Cultural Fund says that in addition, local tourists also gather on the Sigiriya Rock from 5 a.m. to view the sunrise. The Sigri fortress has become popular as a sunrise viewing point at present. State Minister of Cultural Affairs Vidura Vikramanayake and Director General of the Central Cultural Fund Gamini Ranasinghe have initiated this opportunity for local and foreign tourists in January this year. Since then, over 10,000 tourists have climbed the Sigri rock early morning with the aim of viewing the sunrise. About 250 to 300 tourists visit the Sigri daily for this purpose.
The 39th War Heroes Anniversary of the Police Special Task Force falls today. The main ceremony was held at the STF Training School at Katukurunda in Kaluthara this morning. It was held under the patronage of Secretary to the Ministry of Defence Vyani Gunatilaka in front of the War Heroes Monument. They made a floral tribute to the monument and held a guard of honours for the war heroes. 464 STF soldiers have made the supreme sacrifice for the sovereignty of the motherland during the past 39 years of history. About 774 officials have rendered disabled during the service. IGP C.D. Vikramaratne and several other top officials were present at this commemoration ceremony. Another ceremony was held at the Anuradhapura STF camp to mark the 39th anniversary. It was held under the patronage of the Provincial DIG GNL Vijayasiri.
Now, people complained that they have faced many difficulties due to lack of facilities at the Chilla Beach Park. A large number of money has been spent for the development of this park. The Chilla Beach Park is located at the picturesque coastal belt surrounded by natural rocks and boulders. The large number of people daily visit this park to enjoy the environmental beauty of the area, walking paths, a playground, children's park, sanitary facilities. However, these facilities are in disarray and declined due to lack of proper maintenance at present.
And meanwhile, former Government Abeyratne passed away yesterday. Remains lie at the Raymond's Parlour in Borella, and the funeral will take place at the Borella Cemetery 11 a.m. tomorrow. Manil Abeyratne was the Government Information Director since 1982 to 1988. She was a SLAS officer who was appointed by the government as the competent authority of news in 1983 during the riots period. She was the pioneer in introducing a media identity card for working journalists in Sri Lanka. Stay tuned with international news after this break.
Dengue, 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 dengue.
Welcome back on Foreign News. Authorities in separatist and Russian-occupied regions of Ukraine have announced the start of an early voting in local elections.
Voting will take place under heavy security by the Russian forces. Voting was due to take place on September 10 as a part of elections scheduled in dozens of regions across Russia, where voters will elect new governors, local parliamentarians and municipal councils. However, Kremlin-backed authorities in the occupied Donetsk voting in the Kherson and Luhansk regions will open tomorrow. Over the next week, residents of frontline areas unable to cast their ballots at polling stations due to safety concerns will have to option the vote to so-called mobile polling stations under the virtual eye of Russian soldiers. The Russia-backed mayor of Donetsk, Alexei Kurmensky, said that the troops will be deployed to polling stations to provide security to members of the Elections Commission.
of Asia Cup cricket tournament against Bangladesh by 5 wickets. The match was played at Pallekali International Grounds yesterday.
Bangladesh won the toss and decided to bat first. They scored 164 runs all out in 42.4 overs. Najmul Hussain scored 89 runs and only 4 batsmen could exceed the 10 runs margin in their innings. With this win, Sri Lanka has recorded the 11th continuous win against the international teams. This is a record by any international cricket team. Sri Lanka passed the victory target for 5 wickets in 39th over. Sadira Samaravikrama scored 54 runs and Charita Salanka scored 62 runs.
Saw the bounce that he got. Enough for Wilson. Gets to his 50s, 4th. Has been a good knock. Plain and simple, very good, very purposeful.
Five wickets.
Sri Lanka and Bangladesh teams left the island today for Pakistan to take part in the other matches scheduled in Pakistan. Sri Lanka will play against Afghanistan on the 5th of this month in Lahore Cricket Grounds. Bangladesh will meet the Afghanistanians on the 3rd of this month at the same venue. India-Pakistan match to be played tomorrow can be purchased at the price of 1,500 rupees at the ticket counter in Balagola, Kandy.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on Channel Eye. I'm Lanka with Charita signing off. Good night.
Good night.